today's episode we start with something crazy. I'm gonna run from here to up there. Greetings from the Italian Alps. We just got into 2027 and this is the time of the year in which I usually take some time off to reflect on the past year and plan a bit ahead for the next one. So this video will be about that with regards to the Ironman training. For those new that watch this video, I am a complete beginner that has the desire to complete a full Ironman in less than a year preparation. In fact, we are currently 8 months off from the official race day that's gonna happen in Copenhagen in August. And I just got the chance to experiment a bit with the bike and the swim, but I didn't really start training properly for it. While with running, I am doing pretty good now. Overall, 2026 has been a great year where I got to experiment a lot and improve physically, but especially where I learned the key lessons that will get me ready for race day and for the Ironman. And I want you to share it here with you now and reflect on them together. So one thing that the Ironman training taught me is that you need to change your priorities, and training should be the first one. There is no way around it. For as much mental strength you can have, the race day is so tough that your body needs to be prepared for it. And training with consistency is the number one thing you need to do every day. In my case, I also don't take days off and I try to keep it maybe at a lower volume when I feel tired. But what I do is that every day I try to put a time slot in the day in which I'll be training, being running, swimming, biking, or strength, mobility, stretching, just so I can teach my body and my mind especially consistency. The second thing that the past few months taught me about Ironman training is that I need to constantly plan my days, keeping in mind that, again, training is the number one priority. So how I would go about it? At the end of the week, I will look at the week ahead and check all my training schedule. I would then compare it to my calendar and see what appointments or events are happening. For example, if I know that I'll be abroad for a few days, I would not put a bike training in it because I can't bring my bike with. But I would easily be able to bring my running shoes and maybe my swimming goggles. And then I can look for a swimming pool there, account for how much time it would take me from the location I'm at to go training, and put it in the calendar as a time slot. I think putting everything in the same calendar can help a lot because you can visually see how your day look and if you are able to make it happen. Moving to the third and for now the last thing that the Ironman training taught me is that you should become obsessive with wanting to be better. And better is not just in terms of performance, so getting out there and doing a better time than yesterday in any of your trainings, but also better in the kitchen, eating better. You should sleep better. And more probably. Training so much, it just requires at least 7 to 8 hours. And that is non-negotiable. Otherwise, you simply can't do it, at least in my case. But another very important point is that you should learn how to say no. No to crazy night outs, heavy drinking, smoking, and whatever gets you farther from your goal. One little comment about the third point is that I generally think obsessions are bad, but in this case are necessary and they will lead you to become a better person overall. What helps me a lot to be okay with these 3 points and implementing them throughout 2027 is that I know the reason why I'm doing it, and to me it is strong enough. And for anybody out there who's preparing an Ironman starting from zero, I assure you it's not easy and you need a strong motivation. In my case, I am doing it because I wanna document it, put it online, and hopefully inspire people to just get out there and do whatever goal or crazy idea you have in mind, because eventually any goal that even seems impossible just takes training and consistency. And I care enough about it to get me out there running even when days are very, very cold, or in Copenhagen when days are rainy and ugly, or even jumping in the swimming pool, something I learned I just hate. Anyway, to motivate you a bit more, if you are planning on preparing an Ironman starting from zero, well, you will reach your peak physique, and not just you, but even other people will notice, because they will let you know that you look good and you just act differently. Also, if you do all these steps right, you'll be part of the 0.01% of the world that complete an Ironman. It should be an achievement that you just keep with you forever. That being said, I did this video a bit more raw and unfiltered, just because I want to try to put out there my experience as real as possible, and I hope that helps. I also want to know what are your thoughts about my points, and if you have any more, because I'll be curious to know, especially from people that are experienced. And finally, I'm starting to having fun shooting and editing these videos, so I'll try to make more. If you have any specific thing you want to know, I'd love to bring something you would be happy to watch. 8 months to go. See you at the next one.